In the late 19th century, E. St. Julian Cox and his wife Maria moved west to the Minnesota-Dakota Territory. Land and industrialization brought new wealth and the formation of a middle class. To deal with the pressure placed upon them in this new society, these people quickly adapted the rules and manners of the European continent and Great Britain. This continually forming rule-bound culture brought new settlers comfort in a time of unrest and uncertainty. In middle-class homes such as the Cox House, one widely accepted practice was the usage of calling cards. In all middle-class homes, a woman's responsibility was to represent her husband and to call on others of her class to promote her husband's business. Visitors used calling cards to express the intent of their visit, which was then brought to Maria, the lady of the house. She would then decide if she would meet with the visitor or have them turned away. In a home with 3 daughters, one Victorian ritual that the Cox family practiced was the courting process. This process started at a very young age, as people during this time generally married between ages of 14 and 18.
Young man, Bush has what you want, or ought to want, engagement rings. St. Cloud Journal, 1872.
When a young man visited the home, this man and the courted lady were assigned to certain seats in the formal parlor. During courting, the ladies in the room would communicate their feelings about the young suitor through the use of fans, expressing their level of interest through certain fan motions. If she placed the fan on her left cheek, she certainly was not interested. If she rested the fan on her right cheek, then she was. Once the young girl expressed interest, her parents would decide if he was suitable and would then discuss courting with the boy's family. Children during the Victorian period learned the importance of etiquette. Because children spent much of their childhood helping their mothers in the kitchen, it was essential that they learn table manners and appropriate use of place settings before being allowed at the table.
The nation which knows how to dine has learned the leading lesson of progress. It implies both the will and the skill to reduce to order. And wherever that will and that skill exist, life cannot be wholly ignobled. Isabella Beeton, 1861.
The use of good manners and etiquette brought people in St. Peter together and helped them find comfort during an unsettling time. Living in a new home during periods of war and conflict was not easy for these settlers, but these social rules and customs provided a sense of stability that helped them adjust to their new lives.